let's try to make this as informative as possible. Now, for the last couple of days, 2 days actually, we launched the first video on Friday, and then yesterday there was an update. I've been telling you about Whoopie. Whoopie, beautiful kitty, black, super friendly, that has arrived to us with 2 holes in her head. If you follow the channel, you might have seen the videos. The first one is very moving. The second one was uploaded yesterday, where we showed the CT scan and we showed the results that our vets gave us about the injuries and the chances that we have to treat this successfully. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about the 2 injuries that she has in her head, because that's going to tell you a lot about the way animal rescue works and about the situations that we face. We rescued this kitty in a village about half an hour drive from here. It's called Villa Marchante. Now, the kitty is super friendly, looks like a kitty from a home, obviously non-microchipped because not many people microchip cats, and the kitty has 2 holes in her head. The first time that I saw the picture, I thought, okay, there's a hole there, there's a big injury and it's infected. So because Carla was sending me these pictures and I thought, that's pus, that's infection. I didn't know there were 2 holes, but I could see that there was one. So we took Whoopie and we took it to the hospital. The first thing that our vet, that don't forget, they're great vets, but they are vets. They are used to see cats in consultation rooms, in hospitals, in a very sterile environment. So when she looked at it, she said, okay, there are 2 holes. So she started analyzing how it could have happened. We don't know. There seemed to be like an entry hole, and then the other hole we don't know. Maybe it's something that came from inside. It's like a fistula, like an injury that produces itself when there is something to come out, infection, discharge, whatever it is. I thought that's really strange. I mean, one hole that produces itself, that's weird. I mean, in my experience, whenever an animal has an injury like this, it's because it's a burning injury. We had a few years ago a kitty called Olaf, whose skull, I mean, the poor kitty was burned all over the place, and once it healed, he developed a hole in the skull. You remember that kitty? Beautiful white kitty. Anyway, that's one experience I had with holes like this. And then the other one is things that have been man-made, like sticks or like a nail. I've had a few of those in Turkey, and over here we haven't, but I've had experience with something like this. So yesterday we did a CT scan, and you saw the images in the video. Poor baby, poor Whoopie. My God. I mean, she has indeed 2 massive holes in the head. But my brother interviewed the radiologist that was there interpreting the images, and he was saying, well, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking bad about the vet or about our own radiologist, but I found it quite interesting. He was like, well, we don't know. We can see 2 holes, but we don't know if the holes were, they came from outside or from inside. And he says something funny. We don't know who it was, the egg or the chicken. And I thought, no, he couldn't say something like that. That's so silly. That is just completely failing to take in consideration the context, how this cat has lived, where we found him, the story. And it dawned on me that most vets, the vast majority of vets, never see a dog on the streets, never see a cat on the streets. They see a cat in a consultation room, or they see a cat that comes from a home. But they cannot even imagine how it is life out there. They're great with books. They're great with, treatments and the effects of antibiotics on certain bacteria and all of that, but they lack completely, and vets out there, that I'm right on this one, they lack completely the perspective of street animals and of animal rescue. They cannot even imagine the things that these animals go through. They cannot imagine. So I thought, it's not possible. when we were editing the video, I said, just get this comment out. This comment is so silly. How can it be? It doesn't make any sense. People are going to laugh. Okay? I know what happened. I know how it happened. I now know for sure how it happened. And tomorrow, I'm going to show you exactly the place where it happened and what I am convinced it happens. Whoopie's entire head was caught by the jaws of a big dog. That explains the 2 holes, and that explains the lacerations in other part of her skull. When you see the CT scan, you see that there are not only these 2 injuries there, but there are other areas that are scrapped, that are infected, and that's basically, the bite of a dog. So tomorrow we're going to show you where Whoopie came from, and you will understand. You will understand. Now, my first reaction when we rescued her, based on our experience, was we don't know how it happened, but chances are this is man-made. This is some kind of a human intervention. After seeing the CT scan and after analyzing the context of where Whoopie was rescued from, I can safely tell you that she was caught by a huge dog. I mean, the kind of dog that opens the mouth and wow, the entire head. I mean, she's so lucky. She's so lucky that she survived. And this kitty, I mean, really, Whoopie is so silly. This kitty will have walked straight into any dog, into any humans, and she will have been at the mercy of whomever wanted to hurt her. She is an incredible cat, and once she recovers, she's gonna be an incredible addition to any home. This is a super cat, really nice. So if you wanna know more about Whoopie, please go back to the video that we published yesterday. There's just after I finish, stay till the end, but after I finish, go and watch that video and see what she's going through, see how it happened, and see if you can donate, because we need to fix that. Now, in my experience, again, fixing things like that is vital that we manage to control the infection. The holes, the punctures have not reached the brain. That hasn't affected the brain, but it has affected the sinuses. So we need to close this. We need to clear the infection from within. The whole thing is now very clean, and we have to make sure that there is no more infection. Once this happens, then we may think about closing the bone with a bone graft, or see reviving the borders and see if it can grow by itself and maybe close by itself. But the most important thing right now is to control the infection, to keep it all very clean, and to make sure that this thing doesn't lead into something worse. Right now, I think the infection is being controlled. It's not over yet by any means, but I think she's gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay, and I hope that we can close these 2 things, because it's quite horrible to look at. And she doesn't deserve to walk around with such an open gap and a source of infection. Actually, if this thing is still open, then there's going to be chronic infection there somehow. A few years ago, as I said, we rescued Olaf, and Olaf's hole, just right on top of the head, couldn't be closed. We tried 3 different approaches to closing that, and in the end it didn't work. But in the end, what happened is that he lived with the hole, and it's always kept really clean. There's been no more infection ever, and he has a good life. So what was important in Olaf's case, of course, is that he was completely burned. He was completely burned. All the body was burned, and it was really difficult to save him. I mean, this cat really went through a lot, but he has a wonderful life right now. So that was good. Whoopie's case is different. It's different right now. The challenge is infection, but we know how these injuries have happened. We have a clear explanation. I will show you tomorrow a video of exactly where we found her and where she came from, and you will understand. It is really scary for cats out there. It's very, very scary. So if you see a kitty and you see her struggling or something, please rescue her. Please bring her home. Chances are that she lives in a cat colony, and sometimes they do okay if there are people taking care of them, but it's really difficult life out there. And that takes me to something. There are people, very compassionate, very nice people, that just walk around the streets and see a cat walking around, a cat. Oh my God, poor kitty, I want to rescue her. Just please understand the context, okay? Understand that maybe this cat belongs to a colony, a feral colony, and they're being taken care of. If you want to rescue her, by all means, do it. Rescue her. Bring her home. You know, run a test. See if she has any infectious disease and she can live with you at home. Rescue her. But then there's one thing that we cannot do is every day I receive 4, 5 messages from people that have seen cats on the streets and they ask me to go take them. I cannot do this. I cannot do this for purely logistical reasons because these cats are pretty, you know, I wouldn't say happy, it's risky, but they're okay out there. They're hunting, they're eating whatever people give them. They're colonies that are controlled, and we don't have the logistics of taking all the cats, not even a few, actually. We can take those that are injured, we can take those ones that really need desperately help, and we can turn them around, but we cannot go around rescuing. You see what I mean? It's a source of pressure in me, and I always struggle with dealing with this kind of request. I do my best, but it's not easy, and really we don't have the logistical means and capabilities to take these cats. Sometimes people watch our videos and they say, well, but you have a beautiful cat room. There's always space for one more cat. No, you miss the point. If we have this mentality, if we have the thing that there's always a space for one more in a week, there will not be space for one more. They will all be packed like sardines in a can. And that is not what we do. For many years, we have been focused on really complex cases and cases that really have no other chance. We focus on rescue those ones. But we cannot go to a colony and just because there are 5, 6, 10 cats on the streets, just grab them all, take them all. Because of course we have the great house and the house is, well, just great. You can fill it up. It doesn't work like this. That would be not sustainable. Anyway, go back to the video I uploaded yesterday. Go and see Whoopie. She's delightful, really, really super sweet cat. We're gonna make sure that she survives. Macarena, hello. Look who's here, Macarena, hello. Hey. We're gonna make sure that she survives and we find her at home. Okay? So go to the video, see her story, see if you can donate towards her treatment. Give us a hand. We need you. Yeah, well, that's it. By the way, these live sessions are so stressful to me. Wow. I need to do something. This is really, I think over the years I'm becoming more and more resistant to live interactions like this. I'll have to talk to my shrink. Okay, lots of love. I'll see you tomorrow. Please, if you can, donate. Help us save Whoopie and all the others. And if you're watching this and you would like to join our support group on Patreon, please join us. There's going to be a video posted there tonight. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.